Corns of Poppin'. Yes, the corn's really poppin'. So while it's hot, let's pass the butter as we join the group All America has voted the musical morons most likely to succeed, with Doodles Weaver as Professor Feedlebaum, George Rock, Dick and Freddie Morgan, and Sir Frederick Gass. And speaking of gas, here's the one and only, in fact, the matchless, the man to touch it off, Spike Jones and the City Slickers.
Charlie, my boy, oh, Charlie, my boy, you thrill 'em, you chill 'em with shivers of joy. You got that kind of sort of bit of a way that makes 'em, takes 'em, tell me what can they say. And when you dance, they read in your glance, oh, pages and ages of love and romance. They tell me Romeo was some lover too, but boy, he should have taken lessons from you. You seem to start where others get through. Oh, Charlie, my boy.
Thank you, music lovers. And now come along with us for another radio sightseeing tour in our Seeing America with Spike series as we visit Boston, Massachusetts. That was Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pooped Orchestra. Boston is a city of many great historical events, but perhaps the most famous is the Boston Tea Party. We now present a dramatization of this great moment.
All right, fellas, let's dump the tea overboard. Maybe we should have taken it out of the bags first.
And so we bid a fond farewell to the Boston Tea Party. And as we leave, we can see the beautiful orange setting into the distant Pico. In Boston, we find Harvard University. Here is the world-famous Harvard Law School. And as we enter, we see a professor.
I am a Harvard law professor.
We stop and listen as he lectures his law class.
Now, students, in the practice of law, you must remember that a writ of mandamus is usually considered a more important thing to remember. When you present your brief to the court, always be sure that the cases you quote have been proven in pleading a null proce. You should always be sure that the caveat emptor has been emptied in... why don't you study medicine?
Another of Boston's famous educational institutions is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Or, as it is known to the students, Wellesley. We pause in front of a door that says Atomic Research. We go in.
I save atoms! I save atoms! I save
scientist?
No, just a little atomizer.
Hoping he sits on top of an atom bomb when it explodes because we know he'd get a bang out of it, we leave MIT. Our last stop is at one of Boston's leading singing groups, the Handel Haydn Society. We pause in front of a large building. It is one of the biggest buildings we have ever seen, with a blue pleated front and a lace collar.
Mr. Jones, that's no building, that's me.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have mistaken a member of our musical depreciation review, Miss Eileen Gallagher, for a building. Eileen, I know you've got a beautiful voice, and maybe I'll give you a chance to sing on our radio show.
Oh, Mr. Jones, you've made me so happy. I'm going to give you a great big hug.
Well, don't just stand there. Somebody dig me out.
Eileen, if you were on the show, what would you sing?
Love is where you find it.
Well, let's hear what it sounds like. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Eileen Gallagher.
Love is where you find it. Don't be blinded. All around you everywhere. Take a chance now. For romance now. Tell us someone that you care. Bring love comes upon you. When it's gone, you feel despair. Moonlight in the moonlight, you'll find that a new love is there. Love is where you find it. They designed it to be waiting everywhere. It may hide from you for a while. It may come tonight in a smile. In the flame of a true love, in the arms of a true love, safe and true Take a chance now, for romance now. Tell us someone that you care. Love is where you find it. Don't be blinded. All around you, everywhere.
That was beautiful, Eileen, really beautiful. We want you to...
Spike, it's me.
Professor Fiedelbaum.
I've got a poem I'd like to read for the people of Boston, Spike.
Well, go right ahead, Professor.
On the 18th of April in 75, hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year.
Longfellow?
No, Al Jolson. Now that that's out of the way, I will sing that popular ballad entitled Down Among the Sheltering Palms. Am I in voice? How was that?
Sounds like the Boston subway going into a tunnel. Go ahead and sing, Professor.
I will. Down among the peltering showers, held among the sheltering downs, the sweltering frowns, the cross-eyed clowns, no, Puget Sound. Puget Sound, no, Oyster Bay, Lakes Superior, Gulf of Mexico, sailing, sailing. Pardon me, I thought I was in the middle of the ocean. I'll start over. Down among the sheltering palms, oh honey, wait for me, wait for me. Don't be forgetting we got a date out where the sun goes down about 8 o'clock in the morning. We've danced the whole night through. Dancing, I love dancing. My family loves dancing, too. In fact, my uncle died dancing at the end of a rope. That's a real killer. How my heart is yearning, yearning, yearning. How my heart is burning, burning, burning. 3 yearnings, 3 burnings. Every time I hear 3 of a kind, I think of the 3 sisters, Oka, Boka, and Doka. Did you ever hear that story? Well, I lived in a castle, you see, and the castle had a big moat of water around the outside of it. And they lived inside, and they had a party, so they invited Prince Pootwaddle over to the party, see? And they were having a lot of fun, and all of a sudden a great, huge storm came along, and it knocked the bridge right down off the water. And the princess says, well, how are we going to get home? So the prince says, well, I'll carry you home. So he picked up Boka on his back, and he struggled, and he groaned, and he went, ooh, ooh, and he walked across the bridge, and he carried Boka across the bridge, you see? So he came back, and he picked up Doka, and he took Doka on his back, and he went, ooh, ooh, and he struggled, and he carried Doka across the river. It was very simple. He came back to get Oka, but Oka weighed 9,000 pounds, see? And he struggled, and he groaned, and he moaned, and no much how he struggled, he just couldn't carry Oka. Karaoke. Down among the sheltering palms. What a song, all about palms and hands. There's a funny thing about that, you know. There's hands on people, paws on cats, claws on lobsters, shoes on flies, feet on pigs, legs on frogs, scales on fish, hoofs on horses. Horses! And there they go. It's maple, leaving the rest behind. Acorn is doing oak, plant is going to seed, and the crowd is rooting for tree. I know sap. Oh, honey, wait for me.
You've been listening to Corns A-Poppin', originally released as Spotlight Review by CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System, for listeners in the United States. This program has been rebroadcast for United States servicemen and women overseas. Sergeant Russ Thompson speaking. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.